Yo everybody and welcome back to another episode of Let's Play Steins. When we last left off, we switched to Maho's perspective for a little bit as she was talking to Chrissy. Then we switched to someone else's perspective that, as of right this second, I am not entirely sure who. The sun was setting earlier now that December had arrived. It should be Nakase Katsumi was surprised at how quickly it had gone dark. But while she was out rummaging through the cosplay shops, short for costume play, the act of dressing up in costume. In Japan, cosplay refers to dressing up as a character from an anime or manga, and people who cosplay are called cosplayers. Sometimes just layers. Most cosplay costumes are handmade. Oops. The wheeled suitcase on the ground was next to her felt heavy. She'd done her best to jam everything she bought today inside, and it was bursting at the seams. Still, spending the whole day shopping with her cosplay friends was a lot of fun. She felt tired, but it was good tired. Her footsteps were light as she walked back to the station. Fubuki. So I'm wondering if we're Fubuki, but that doesn't make sense with the name. Katsumi. I know Mayuri does combine things, and I can't remember what the other friend was called. Fubuki, do you like, you look like you're about to start skipping around, don't you? Oh, I guess we are Fubuki. What? Oh, well. Oh, you can tell? It was so much fun doing all that shopping today. I'm so satisfied with what I got. Mayoshi got a lot of fun, had a lot of fun shopping too. Thanks to Fubuki. Thanks for coming. I'll do anything for you, Mayoshi. Fubuki tried to grab her friend, Mayuri Shia, for a hug. Mayuri dodged out of the way. Mayuri may have looked like an airhead, but she was actually quite athletic. Fubuki, by the way, there we go, was Katsumi Nakase's cosplay name. Oh, she looks just like Chie. Katsumi was in her second year at high school. She and Mayuri were the same age, but were total opposites. Katsumi was boyish and athletic, and when she cosplayed as a male character, she attracted more female kameko than male ones. Those who appear en masse at cosplay and anime events and use expensive SLR cameras to take pictures of scantily clad cosplayers. The so-called low anglers, men who take obscure pictures of cosplayers in Akiba and at Komima, are not considered true kameko. A true kameko must be a gentleman at all times. Whoa, loads of people. Now we don't have to worry about winter Komima, do we? Comic Giga Market, a otaku festival held every year at August and December at Tokyo Big Sight. The four friends had gone to cosplay shops along Yagawaya Maidens Road and Tokyo Han's in Ibukuro, then moved to Akihabara and visited several more. Home improvement chain based in Tokyo, but unlike most stores which have large buildings outside the city centres, Tokyo Han's have many department store style buildings located around major chain stations. Tokyo Han stores also carry a wide variety of products from professional grade tools and minerals and materials to fishing and variety of goods. The nickname of the street near the east exit of Ikabukuo Station. There's many dojishin and anime merchandise stores for female-oriented anime. It is known as the Mecca for female otaku. I feel like I've just broken more so than ever. A large specialty store that founded over 60 years ago that sells craft and hobby supplies, fabric and trinkets. There are over 60 of them, most in eastern Japan, but also all around the country. Oh. It was all part of the final preparations for Winter Komima. Sure, but it's Mayuri doing almost all the work. Don't push yourself too hard, okay, Mayuri? Katie sounded a little worried. Her real name was Katie Kuroshima, and she used her real name as a cosplay pseudonym. She was 3 years older than Katsumi, and in college. Katie was extremely feminine, and her measurements were just like the ones magazine models claimed to have, but she was very shy. People had tried many times to persuade her to enter the pageant at her college, but she always refused, saying normal events are kind of scary. But even so, cosplaying at Komima with the rest of them was something she looked forward to. So, why don't we all help Mayuri make the outfits together this time? Amayuki proposed. She was very noble, elegant features, but the rest of her was easygoing and laid back. Though Katsumi was a fellow girl, she thought that Amayuki was beautiful. Even her light blue penetrating eyes lacked the arrogance that beautiful women usually possessed. They were filled instead with a friendly light. Her real name was Yuki. Yuki Anime. Interesting. She was a senior at the Meiji University and in the same club as Katie. She was the oldest of the four. Interesting. She was the one. She once tried to give up cosplaying and focus on job hunting. An employed person is seeking employment, often used to refer to college kids looking for the first real career-oriented job. Just after 6 months, she'd given up on work and gone back to costuming. Since then, she's been spending more time with Katsumi and the others. I'm pretty sure Dao will get to know her very well. You don't have to help me. Everyone smiled at her, but Mayuri quickly shook her head. You guys paid for more than half the cost of the supplies, right? That's enough to make Mayuri very happy. You know, making our outfits, we'll feel bad if you don't pay. And you know, I've always wanted to make real neat outfits like you do. Yep, Mayuri's outfits have always been high quality and I'm super grateful. You see? We really want to help you, Mayuri. I always like that laugh. Okay, let's all make them together. Katsumi knew that it made Mayuri really happy when someone praises her cosplay outfits. Oh, there's actually a favor I wanted to ask you guys. Favor? You see, Mayuri told them about an event that had quickly become a mainstay of the Japanese holiday year. We're having a Christmas party, so Mayuri's hoping that Yuki and Kei and Fubuki could all come. A Christmas party, huh? Yeah, can you come? I will go! Explode with enthusiasm. Katsumi's only plan for Christmas Eve was a dinner with their family, so she raised her hand instantly. None of her friends at school wanted to do anything that night, she'd been a little put out about that, since it meant they all had boyfriends. I can go too. Katie nodded, but Yuki seemed a little hesitant. I don't know if we should go. Huh? Do you have plans? Of course, a girl as pretty as Yuki is going to have a ton of guys asking out on Christmas for Christmas Day. What? That's not true. Really? Then I'll take you out, take you for myself. I'd rather go on a Christmas date with you than anything else in the world, Fubuki. I love you, Yuki. I thought you only cared about Mayuri. I love Mayushi and I love you too. Katsumi quickly jumped over to Katie and gave her a big hug. Katie was soft and smelled good, and enduring this sort of sexual harassment was nothing new for her. Oh, and Yuki? Can you show Mayushi how to make a yummy quiche? A traditional French dish made by filling a pie crust with cream, cheese, egg, meat and vegetables, and cooking it to be a flaky golden brown. Iku was an excellent chef and had been teaching Mayuri a lot lately. Both Katsumi and Katie would also occasionally participate in what they called Yuki Amare's cooking lessons. Sure, what kind of quiche? Mayushi's thinking Spanish and mushroom is good. Ham, tomato and bacon is good too, you know. Just thinking about it's making me drool. Yeah, I'm not sure. Okay, I'll teach you how to make both. Really? That's right, everyone will be happy if there's lots of different ones, right? Is this for the Christmas pie? Yep. There's less than a month left, so I want to learn in time. Then we'll have to train extra hard. When do you want to do it? Tomorrow? Yeah, Mayushi's okay with that. Katsumi went over her schedule in her head. Oh, tomorrow I'm supposed to meet a friend. I've got work. Katsumi wanted to go. She got pretty disappointed. She would love to have a chance to eat one of Yuki's good quiches. As she thought about quiche, her stomach began to rumble. It was about time for dinner. Yuki and Mayuri walked out. Yuki and Mayuri worked out a time and place for them to meet up. The place I'm staying is a little far from here, so how about the lab? Yeah, that's fine. I'll work hard and learn the recipe. I hope it's a fun pie, yay! Mayushi's gonna make Santa outfits. Will you all wear them? Oh, you're making even more outfits than the ones we need for Korima? You're really excited about this. Mayushi's raring to go. Mayuri posed like she was cheering. If you're making Santa outfits, I like one with the cute miniskirt and then some white knee socks and red boots. That would look good on you, Katie. But do you think it would look good on me? Katsumi spoke to Mayuri and Katsumi spoke to Mayuri and Yuka without any confidence in her voice. You know you like the cute outfits best. I know you like the cute outfits best. There was nothing Katsumi could say, she was right. It bothered Katsumi a lot that she looked like a boy, and she knew that sort of clothing didn't look right on her. Still, at heart, she was a young girl and she wanted to wear cute clothes. Leave it to Mayushi, I'll make clothes that look great on you. Oh, that's my bride, marry me. It's so silly. Don't talk like Daru does. Getting compared to that perverted gentleman kinda hurts. By the way, are you going to wear the Santa outfit? You're going to wear the Santa outfit too, right, Mayuri? What? Don't what me? You're cute. You should cosplay more. But I just make the clothes. I don't wear them. Objection. That's a waste. Not you too, Fubuki. And what's more, I bet Okabe really wants to see you in a cute cosplay outfit. She's adorable sometimes. Ocarine. Mario made a weird noise as soon as she heard that name. Ocarine? Oh, Mayushi's boyfriend, right? Katsumi had met him many times. He was tall but also looked pale and thin, and whenever he laughed he seemed kind of sad. But from what Mayuri said, up until just half a year ago, he'd been a totally different person. She said he was hauntly and arrogant, but also kind and a great leader. Mayuri was known to let her emotions influence her judgment, so Katsumi didn't know how much of that description was accurate. Mayuri started to freak out even more after hearing the word boyfriend. Fubuki, Ocarina and Mayushi are like that, okay? Yuki and Katie weren't buying it either. Honestly, Ocarina and Mayuri seemed more like an old wedded couple than that had been together for years than boyfriend and girlfriend. It's true. Ocarina has someone else he likes. Mayuri sounded totally unconcerned, which made Katsumi even more surprised. Is that true? Really? Yep. Who could have guessed? It was Yuki, the eldest, who spoke first. Sorry. Should we have not said anything? Nah, Mayushi and Ocarina are childhood friends and get along great, so it's okay. I see. Mayushi's smile seemed very sad to Katsumi. She felt the sudden impulse to give her schoolmate a hug. Anyway. Mayuri smiled and walked over to Yuki as if to blow away the awkwardness. So, what about you, Yuki? So, are you spending Christmas with your boyfriend? I don't really have one. Really? You guys all have the wrong idea. I'm not that popular. Between me and you, I've never had a boyfriend. What? First Mayuri, then Yuki? Katsumi was stunned. Is that true? I don't think it would have been that much of a surprise. Then Yuki, Mayuri started to fidget. How about Daru? Maybe. See? Mayuri knows. Huh? Ashida? Ashida? Yep. Wait, where you come from, Mayushi? Hashida's a perverted gentleman. Who knows what he'll do to Yuki? The man that Katsumi and Katie were insulting was Itaru Hashida, a college student and a member of Mayuri's club. He was a hardcore otaku, one of the hybrid types who said he enjoyed both 2- and 3-dimensional girls. That face. And, like Katsumi had said, he was a perverted gentleman. He would say perverted things all day without the slightest shame. Whenever you told him he was a pervert, he would say, "No, I'm a perverted gentleman." He was a dangerous guy. But Yuki didn't seem that bothered. She actually looked kind of sad. Hashida's a nice guy, but, you know, I don't think he likes girls like me. What? What? Mayu was shocked far above and beyond her usual limits. She was so surprised she let go of her suitcase handling it and let it fall to the ground. Instead of picking it up, she started talking frantically. That's not true. Dao is he really likes you. I'm sure of it. Mayushi guarantees it. Remember how he acted when you met him at Summer Komima? Yuki had met Mayuri 4 months ago at Summer Komima. Katsumi and Katie had come wearing outfits Mayuri had made. Katie found Yuki at the convention hall all by herself and they met up. Afterwards, they all gone to a party where they met Mayuri's friend Itaru Hashida. Katsumi had definitely witnessed Yuki and Itaru having a friendly conversation. Ever since then, Yuki and Mayuri and Dao have become friends, and Yuki had started going to Mayuri's club, the Future Gadget Laboratory. In other words, Yuki and Itaru had been talking ever since Summer Komima. But still, Yuki chuckled sadly and shook her head. No, I can tell. He's avoiding me. What? It's no! Don't avoid Damu! We need Suzuha! So I'm thinking it's probably best I don't go to the Christmas party. Oh. I think Hashida likes girls who are more like, a little sister. And a little sister who's really strong-willed and who bosses her big brother around. Oh, that's so weird. No, don't say it. Maybe maybe Suzuha? That's not true whatsoever. For some reason, Mayuri looked like she was about to cry. She seemed like she wanted to say something, but couldn't bring herself to. Her lips were quivering. Mayuri? It's nothing. But it clearly didn't look like nothing. Katsumi couldn't bear to watch her anymore. And so she gave in to her impulses. Sorry, I was not expecting the music. It's the phone. It's easygoingness. Sorry. Once again, not expecting the music. Mayushi, don't make that face. You look cutest when you smile. Go on. If you don't smile, I'll tickle you. Stop. Katsumi snuck behind Mayuri and started to tickle under her arms. You give up? Oh, Fubuki, you're so mean. You're too cute, Mayushi. Well then. And they were talking about Dao being the pervert? It's just that pose though. Mayu was laughing so hard she was crying, and even this time, Katsumi succeeded in giving her a hug. Even though they were in public, she started rubbing her cheeks against her. Mayushi, I like you, I love you. Well, hey Fubuki, I want to take you home and lick you forever. But that would be really bad. I don't care if it's bad. Marry me. I can't do that. Mayu tried to run away, but Fubuki grabbed her and started to kiss her all over. What just happened? I'm kind of tired. That's Mayushi's line. In the end, Katsumi stopped clinging to Mayuri until they reached the station. She felt a lot better after, but catching Mayuri when she tried to escape used a lot of energy. Either way, now that she was satisfied, she shuddered and turned back towards Mayuri as an image came into her mind from out of nowhere. Hey, Mayushi? What is it? Let's cosplay together at Winter Koima, okay? I told you before, right? For Winter Koima, Mayushi is just going to make things. Things quickly became weird again. That's fine. Just make sure you come to Winter Koima with the three of us, okay? Of course. That's what we did all the shopping for, right? Yeah, but still, it's a promise, okay? Yeah, it's a promise. Mayu and Yuki split up with them in front of the station. Maybe they were taking a different train. Bye-bye. Good night, Mayuri, Yuki. Bye. Katsumi stood still and watched the two of them until they were out of sight. She felt like she was about to cry and looked up to stop the tears from falling. Fubuki? Huh? Katie was standing next to her looking worried. What's wrong? I'm sorry, it's nothing. It's not nothing. Is there something going on with Mayuri? Please, tell me. Even after Katie asked, Katsumi wasn't sure she should tell her. There's no way she'd believe it anyways. You're more hyper than usual today. It felt really forced. You noticed? Of course I did. Katsumi and Katie had known each other for 2 years. Since their age was so different, they treated each other like a older and younger sister. So at times like this, Katie was really sharp. Katie didn't talk much, but that meant she paid a lot of attention to the people around her. Part of it was also that Katsumi wasn't good at hiding things. She just couldn't lie to Katie, no matter what. She gave up and decided to say it. Mayushi, yeah? She's gonna die. What do you mean? Katsumi remembered the nightmares and the things she kept seeing no matter how much she didn't want to. I had these dreams. Dreams? They started in summer, I think. Every night I have a dream about Mayushi dying. Each time you and I are crying and crying, but there's nothing we can do. The one I had last night was the worst. Mayushi just claps right in front of us, and she stops moving. Ocarina is screaming and holding her. He's screaming so loud. What happened to me? Why do I keep having these dreams? Calm down, Fubuki. It's probably just because you're tired. Is it? Is it really? You saw Mayuri today. She was just fine, right? Katie gave Katsumi a gentle shoulder hug. So it's okay. I don't want Mayushi to die. That's impossible. It won't happen. Ever? Ever. Okay. Katie's words made Katsumi calm down a little. She was glad to have an older friend like this. Anyway, it's just your imagination. There's no way something that awful could happen. Her hand squeezed Katsumi's shoulder tightly. Being held like this made Katsumi feel a lot better. Sorry for being weird. But that night, she had the nightmare again. Oh, that's weird. Wait, we played as Suzuha? We're in the lab! What? Okay. Suzuha Amana was about to run out of patience. The cause was the young man in the room with her father. Itaru Hashida, or Hishida Itaru, aka Dao, the massively obese body was leaning forward over a computer monitor, and he had a droopy grin on his face. He finally got up around 11 a.m., gulped down 3 cups of instant ramen, and was now surfing the internet. Oh. Why? Normal must die P and Pantheon are husband and wife? No one told me about this. Female freelancer in Illustrator. She primarily does illustrations for Nico Nian Video and Vokosan, and most popular among young women. Normal must die P. Two of his videos have exceeded over 1 million views, popular for his unique way he builds with his lyrics. As the name suggests, many of his songs criticize normals or criticize himself for not having any friends. Songs are a source of support for viewers in similar dire straits. His songs always feature images by the same illustrator, Pantheon, and her cute illustrations are another source of popularity. And wait, his handle is Norms Must Die, but he's a Norm? He's got a wife? That's not fair. Yeah, I thought he was on the side of us losers. This means war. It's trolling time. Whoa. TRL, @Chan, and Twitter? Already pissed off. The name of a microblogging software app allow for tweets up to 140 characters in length. Tweets from other users you follow can be viewed in a timeline, allowing you to be used as a chat program. I missed the boat. I need to go back and look at the timeline again. Dad. Yes. That's what Suzuha called her father. It's who he was, after all, so there's nothing else to call him. Suzuha was a time traveler from the year 2036, and 7 years from now, he would become her father. Stop screwing around. All you ever do is lie around and eat, look on the internet, or play video games. I told you that nothing but instant noodles and snacks will make you sick, but that's still all you ever eat. In fact, his PC desk was covered with snacks. She cleaned it regularly, but it never seemed to make a difference. And I keep telling you to exercise, but you never do. Suzuha realized she was complaining more than usual, but it's hard to say it, but she had to say it anyways. At this rate, in the future... Then she realized that Itaru wasn't even listening to her. His eyes were fixed on the computer monitor. He moved his mouse out of sight, but she could still hear him clicking on it. Listen to me. What is that? What is she doing to him? Listen to me. Suzuha approached her father from behind and put a hairspray she had been hiding up to his neck. Itaru seemed to think it was a gun. He shook his hands up. Threats like this worked. They worked because she told him she'd survived the Third World War and the wars and the wars and chaos of 2036, and that she was ready to draw a gun and pull the trigger whenever she needed to. Susa, if you don't stop, Daddy's gonna get mad. I'm getting mad at you right now. Right, sorry. But you know about my secret job, right? I'm pretty busy with that. When you're a good hacker as I am, there's always a ton of offers. I don't have time to eat real food, right? And there's a time difference with overseas clients, so sometimes I'm like up all night. In the future, you used to say that all the time, and then Mom would always get mad at you. Even if, for the sake of the argument, you can't go do anything about your sleep schedule, you can at least I can't let you keep eating all this unhealthy food. You'll stop immediately, got it? But work's hard. So is time machine research. I need to relax. You just use that excuse to slack off. Being a spoiled brat, Dad. Susan was always amazed that her dad managed to survive the future wars. But since the time machine research would affect the future, and eventually Susan's very presence here, she couldn't tell him to stop. Even after Okabe Rinato stopped coming to the Future Gadget Lab, Itao kept working on the time machine all by himself. Susan never said a word about it. If she did, it might create a time paradox. Just remember, you can't examine the time machine that came from the future to build your own. She decided to warn him again. I know that, but sometimes I lose confidence. Can I really make a time machine? Of course you can. Hang in there. Okay. Susan took the hairspray can off his neck. Hey, I was sure that was a gun, and it wasn't. How can you trick your own dad? Well, I'll use I'll use a real one next time, okay? Please don't. Susan, this is so bizarre. Susan put the can of hairspray back on the shelf. It was something Okabe Rinato had left here when he lived in the lab. It was still here, since the owner never came back for it. You know, in manga and video games, it was always really cute when the girl scolds her dad. Susan. This is... Oh, Dao. Can you try and say, oh, geez, don't do that, Papa, in a real sweet voice, if you can? Never mind. Her dad shrank from Suzuha's gaze. Glare. Suzuha sighed loudly and dropped herself on the sofa. She leaned back against the headrest and stared at the ceiling, then closed her eyes. What's wrong? It's nothing. You can't hide it from me. When you say it's nothing, it means I want you to listen to me, right? Huh? Come on, tell me. That sounded very serious. Sue's eyes went wide for a moment, but then she realized. That line, was it in the girl game you were playing earlier, wasn't it? That's the phrase that triggers the flag, right? Computer game lingo, a type of foreshadowing that means a common trope is about to occur. For example, a XXXX flag means that something will happen in the future. An XXXX flag means that something happen in the future. XXXX will happen. Death flags and love flags are common examples. Wow, that took way too long to say. That's the phrase that triggers the flag, right? She'd been living here for 3 months. She was starting to learn a little about Akibara's culture. Korea... Chrysler? Syria 2010? Dad, you better not be thinking of trying to take my route, okay? No. I'm not. I wouldn't do that to my own daughter. Really? I was always worried about you in the future. Huh? Even after I hit puberty, you always kept asking me to take baths with you. Well, that's scary. I was in the military and you were always working on the time machine, so we couldn't always be together. But you always got huggy around me. It was honestly kind of obnoxious. Her dad looked honestly depressed, and she realized that she'd gone too far. You always said to me, you know, this is the worst world line possible, but your birth was the best thing that could ever happened. I don't want to disappoint the future you, Dad, so I need to convince Uncle Ocarine no matter what. It's okay, I'll never be disappointed. Really? Yeah. But, Uncle, he just won't listen to me. He's not going back to the past like this. He won't rescue Krisu Massacre, and he won't reach Steins Gate. Steins Gate. That was the name of the mysterious world line her dad had told her about in 2036, where World War III might not occur. Leading Okabe Renator to that world line, that was her mission. But right now, it wasn't going well. Suza had come to 2010, and just like the mission had called for, she succeeded in sending Okabe Renator to July 28th. But then he failed, and he wasn't going to try again. Every time they met, she tried to convince him, but who knew if her words were having any effect. In the end, this world line will converge in the Third World War, and many people will be killed. I came here to change that, but maybe fate says I can't. So Suzuha had said something else. Suzuha had said something else she had to do here in Akibara in December 2010, besides convincing Okabe Renator, and it meant that she was running around every day. The exhaustion was starting to take its toll on her. During the war, she'd been able to keep herself sharp at all times, and this level of exhaustion wouldn't have meant anything. The relaxed atmosphere in 2010 was actually making her realise how tired she was. She was feeling very sleepy right now, actually. She was surprised at how willing she was to fall asleep in such an undefined position, but she didn't think she could beat the temptation. And then suddenly she felt something extremely cold on the back of her neck. She snapped awake in an instant. The movements after that were lightning quick. She jumped up and slipped behind the massive body in front of her, which obviously belonged to her tower. Then grabbed his arm and twisted it as she dropped him to the floor. She went to draw the gun at her hip, and her hand swiped through empty air. And then she came back to reality. Her gun was hidden. She wasn't carrying it. This wasn't 2036. Ow, ow, ouchies. 2 cans of Dr. P clattered to the floor. That must have been what he put on her neck. What are you doing, Dad? I'm getting you back. I was half asleep, so I almost killed you. What? I've told you, this is how I've been trained. That could have turned out really badly for you. Fine, just let me go, this really hurts. Suza let her father go. Ow. Utaro rubbed his arm and stood up and grabbed the cans of Dr. P on the floor. He offered one to Suzuha. Anyway, you're giving up too soon. Keep at it a little longer. I think Okarine's just tired and sleeping. Put some cold Dr. P up his neck just like I did, and he'll wake up. I mean, it's Ocarine we're talking about. Yeah. She realised her dad was trying to cheer her up, and nodded. Then she heard footsteps coming up the stairs. Some slightly off-key humming. You know what? I'm going to end this episode here. Thank you all for watching, and I'll catch you next time. Bye!